The last album release of the Silver Bayonets is called Unfolding. I have to say Unfolding is the best representation of the progress that the band made in the years.
The writing process started very, very slowly.
We just worked on the songs. Nothing seemed to be coming, together.
At the beginning it was really hard. Kabir came with a rough demo, and then for me and Ross was a big responsibility. We had a lot of work and effort to improve the sound. Kabir gave us completely freedom to modify the song, the structure, to make them better.
So we had this situation where, from the start of a rehearsal session, it wasn't a generally good vibe.
Ross lost his rag. The bass went flying across the rehearsal. The bass went flying across the rehearsal room, and I think he proceeded to smash that one up. Another time, he just leant his bass against the wall.
I was like, ugh.
Gave it a good kick, smashed it to pieces. So, there were at least 2 smashed up instruments.
Maybe I'll never amount to much when I'm seen through your eyes.
Ross has mentioned 2 bass guitars, and at some point I was thinking, oh my god, I think this album will never gonna come out.
Change, I'm just trying to change me.
We were just going nowhere fast. I think at one stage, Ross actually left. The following Monday, it was like, let's get back into the rehearsal room and try to make some proper songs.
We got back in the studio, things started happening, going the way we thought, we're actually working on these songs now, they're sounding better, we're making the song sound better, it's all coming together.
One day, Kabir was late, and then me and Ross we were sober enough to work serious on the song. We agreed that that song need to change the structure and create a big chorus. And then we cut the verse; it was too long. We had a pre-chorus, a booming sound to emphasize the chorus, and that's it. That sounds great. And Kabir came to the room, listened the change we made, and said, "Oh, that sounds brilliant." We were all excited, and that was the magic that changed everything.
The first song I wrote was this windy, proggy thing, not really us at all. The second song was Caught.
Caught in the tide.
Caught as a song from the first time I heard Kabir's demo. I just thought that's a great song, lyrically and sounding very emotional. I like the fact that we were recording this album as well, which sort of had a flow to it, had a story.
Off the rails, doing things I never thought I would. And all the
But Caught we practiced twice, and the sound was great. And they say, okay, it doesn't need any big change, so it's ready to record it.
from fear, keep me from harm. Is it safe in here?
We always knew that Caught was going to be in the centre with the songs either side of that, reflecting the two halves of the story. And I also wanted to link them lyrically. So the first word and the last word are the titles of the tracks either side of it. In the end, you get this circular story.
We had something new. We start with the drums. Working with Dave, our producer in the studio, it was delightful. You already know us from our previous album, and that's make easy of the recording process. I remember I was struggling in a part of the song. Dave told me to have a big sound, just make it simple, simplify the groove. And that was a great suggestion.
Kabir would do most of his guitars at home. I would do most of the bass in the studio, but Kabir would bring the equipment in.
We had a lot of effects, we had the keyboards, we had more vocals. We decided to add female vocals to improve the sound, and then we had a great idea to come back in the studio, Kabir recording the vocals. At the end of 2019 the album was ready.
Oxide used to shield me, but now I know it's just.
It charts the progress of someone who recognise they've got mental health issues, realising their place in the world, relationships with other people, and wanting to change and having a more positive outlook in life, and the steps that are taken to do that. And maybe there's no cure in there, but there are healthy ways to cope. Working on Light, and Ross said, you know what the song needs here? It needs some female vocals. So I went away and wrote another piece at the end, and I asked Minky Malkin from 50 Foot Woman to sing on it, and it's my favourite part of the album.
I think when the idea of like concept album came up, it was a bit of, oh, you know, people have done that before or whatever, but we're proud of what was produced.
The story's unfolding throughout the course of the album, and that's why we called it Unfolding.
One day I told to Kabir, what do you think if you're going to looking for a female vocals guitarist? Then we start auditioning and we found Jen. I really like her attitude. I think that can make a great contribution to the band.
Individually and collectively, really happy with how the album turned out.
Download it and help the band to grow more.
It's definitely the best album we've done, but then I would say that because I'm biased.
Cut